What's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for tuning in. I am just here to do a live video with regards to a short that I posted. I'm going to put the post in the comments shortly so that you could see what it was that I shared, or you can find it on my page under my shorts. It's the one that says the full video, and it's recent. Um, and sorry, thanks for being here. I'm a little nervous because I don't generally do this, but I don't even know if anyone's going to join, but whatever. The point is for me to answer some questions in relation to um, the comments that I got, and also just share some perspective if anybody does happen to jump on board and wants to give their point of view. So I do want to, the question essentially is what Michael Ealy did in regards to hugging Meagan Good and picking her up at the same time in front of her boyfriend, Jonathan Majors, okay or inappropriate or not? Is it disrespectful or not? And so, the video that I shared was the uncut version of what was going around virally that was shared primarily, I think, on Twitter, and I think some of it was on Instagram. But what ended up happening is that people were blowing up and saying, Michael Ealy was this, that, and the other, and he was disrespectful, and he shouldn't have done that, and da-da-da-da. And so I had found a video because I was like, this is crazy. Like, how is everybody going so mad? And I know, social media, people don't care, but I don't know, I have time. So I was like, why not fall down the rabbit hole? And so came to discover that there was actually a full video, and the one that was going around was edited. And so I shared the part that was cut out. And in doing that, I was kind of blocking the actual full part of the video, which is why I'm sharing it in the comments if anybody wants to see it in full. Anyways, I have a friend who's supposed to be joining me to have this discussion as well. I don't know if he's going to be comfortable with going live, but whatever works. The reason is because it's an opportunity to get male perspective. I have security on deck right there. Security. This is my security, and security is going to help me set the rules, and the rules are actually very simple. I just want to do some housekeeping and ask that if you are here in the live to please be mindful of your language and be respectful. Also, watch your language, because it's not okay to just, be cussing people out. Don't be doing that. I will remove you if you're disrespectful or if you use very discretionary or unallowed language. YouTube has policies, so please follow those. And also, all point of views are always welcome, so you're more than welcome to share your concept or your thoughts. Not everybody is going to agree. People are okay to agree to disagree, but ultimately, it's important to just know point of views are welcome. I generally call these sections random thoughts with tea, because honestly, most of the time it just comes up as a random thought, and it's just like, I wonder what other people are thinking. Are they thinking like me, or is it just me as a crazy person? My brand is Nailed You. I am a nail tech ultimately, but I do again create content, and that is my objective to share. This is also therapy, so if you are tuning in, thank you for participating. I appreciate you. I want to see if this can bloom into something further, because there's one thing to make comments in the chat, but it's another thing if you want to, engage directly. So if I can send you a link and we can talk online, why the heck not, right? Let's see if there's an opportunity to try a thing, because there's people all over the world. So perspective is interesting. It's very nice to see that people have different ways of seeing things going on. And it's we don't, not everything needs to escalate to violence. Sometimes we just need to have a conversation. So it's let's see if we can maybe do that without it escalating. Why does it always got to go to violence though, for real? Come on. If you take the time to leave a comment, I want to take the time to make sure I address you back. So just know that if you left a comment, I may, bring it up to respond. And it's just to give you, again, perspective from how we see things different, or just to give other people, if they don't want to go through the comments, to read it. I think it's a fun, interactive thing. I don't know. I know it's like, okay, some people are saying, well, why do you care? Why is it interesting? Why does it matter? And I'm like, it's not that it matters. It's just why. Like, that man is married. He has children, right? Like, maybe he should have conducted himself in a different manner. But at the end of the day, he's also friends with this person. Who knows when's the last time they saw each other? This is a premiere situation. Everybody's excited. It's a big moment. Apparently, the movie's doing really well. I saw the opening. Oh man, if you didn't see the opening scene to that movie, Tyler Perry is dead serious. The opening scene to that movie that's just come up, it's a real one, boy. My heart thumped, and I just saw a few minutes, and I was just like, okay, he's going for real gusto. So check that out. It would be very interesting. But I guess, everybody was excited and happy for the moment and celebration. I don't know. And the man was, it's interesting. So essentially, like, the video that was going around that Michael Ealy was getting dragged for just basically showed him hugging Meagan Good and picking her up. I don't know. I think he might have swung her around a little bit. Also, can I just give a quick shout out to YouTube? I really did not know that I could share screen while I was working. So that's a big deal, because maybe I don't need an additional streaming platform. This is really all I needed. I know I could nice it up, but thank you very much. I'm appreciative. Thank you. Okay, so my premise is this. They are friends. They've been friends for a long time, we're pretty sure. They've been in the industry for a long time. We've seen them around for a long time. Let me put security back before it becomes a problem. And as a result of this, they have a friendship that's developed over time. Her and this other man, or her and her boyfriend, have only been together for a certain amount of time. I want to be respectful. They've only been together for a certain amount of time. And we don't know how long it's been since they've seen each other. Sometimes there's true excitement when you see your friend. And it's like, oh my gosh, you just get carried away. And then, it happens. Like, they might so-and-so. So why are men saying that or why are people saying that it's not nice or it's disrespectful because it was in front of? Even if he wasn't there and it was somebody else, would it have mattered? Would it have mattered if it was anybody? So I guess that leads me to some of these comments, because for some people, they're like, yeah, it matters. It's like, okay, calm down. Don't crucify me all at once. I hear you. I'll be right back. I got to get the door. My friend is here. Give me one moment. Back. All right. So I'm going to sit here. You can sit there. You can get comfy. Yes. You just got here. Do you need a drink or anything? Do you need to have a moment?
No, I'm good. Like cook food.
Okay, that's awesome. Do you want to introduce yourself? Well, I'm known as T on my platform, as you're supposed to know, because you're my friend and you're supposed to engage with my content.
Yeah, and I do.
And so, oh wait, can I do it? Yeah. Yes. And so, I call you not by your full entire name, but you can introduce yourself if you'd like. But if you don't want to, you don't even have to use your name. I'll just try to remember not to use it while
it's all good.
We're talking.
It's all good. Yeah, my name is Sharif. Yeah. This is the wonderful T. Yep, in the building.
So it's been a bit of time. I've been trying to fill the gaps. I had to do some housekeeping because I'm learning this whole process. I had to run down some things. So if people could chime in, we'll be able to see it up there at the top. Any other comments or whatever, I'm going to try to run from here. But essentially, it's just open and engaging conversation because there's perspective about the situation that happened with Michael Ealy and Meagan Good, and that everybody's dragging him online. So I'm just curious to know, because I had time today, and I was like, "You have time
today? Yeah.
After your errands, you have some time. Come talk with me. Let's have this convo, right?" So, okay. Did you see the videos?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so my question is what Michael Ealy did disrespectful?
No, I wouldn't find it disrespectful at all. That's happened to me where, I'm with someone and they see a friend who happens to be a dude, and I know they've known each other or whatever, or I explain after they know each other. So what's wrong giving your friend a big hug? because you have to see them sometime. You're excited to see them. It's not disrespectful.
And like, what kind of friend is this? Is this a brand new friend? Is this a longtime friend? Is this what kind of friend?
So when you get a hug like that, it's usually a longtime friend, right?
That's what I'm saying.
So,
because
like, and the thing is, and everyone knows they've been friends a long time because they've done the 2 movies together, right? And probably some other movies in between, right?
Before we continue, I want to introduce you to my security today.
Mm-hmm.
Security on deck, so please be mindful of your words because my minion will come for you. Okay. Serving and protecting over here in the background. Okay, so again, you've said that it's happened to you.
Yes.
I didn't know this when I asked you to have this discussion.
You didn't?
No, I didn't know.
I told you a bunch of stuff, so I figured, you know me, I have a lot of stories.
My friend has a lot of stories.
I got a lot of stories.
Okay, wait, let me fix
Funny
this.
ones. Mostly funny.
You're always welcome to tell any of those stories if you feel to. There's no pressure here. There's no requirement.
Well, some of them I tell on stage anyway. So.
If it gets, and like, if anything happens, like, this can also be lock it up in the profile, like, or cut it out, like.
No, it's okay. Okay, so that incident is funny. When I saw the video, and then I was like, "Has this happened to me?" Yeah. So, let's not name names, right? But I was out with somebody who went to his college.
But not name names, trying to get people in trouble online.
Yeah, I won't name names, right? I want to say a name. It's a name. If I say the name, you know the name. I'll tell you offline, right? So, anyways, so I'm there. I went with someone who, let me not say too much. But anyways, we're at this event, standing next to her, and then they saw each other. I was like, "Yo, what's going on?" And this was the disrespectful part. I didn't feel no ways, right? But I'm like, this guy trying to be disrespectful. So he hugged her, and he was hugging her, and then I'm standing, but it's her back's toward me, and he's looking at me, and then he's hugging her, and then he just looked at me. And he's hugging her. I'm like, why are you looking at me, bro? Like he meant to do what he was. He's not even being disrespectful. He just, hugging your friend, picking them up, whatever, which I've done. Not gonna front. I've had it done to me. I have no feeling ways, but that guy was blatantly trying to be disrespectful, but still, I didn't let it bother me. Whatever. I'm with this person, so if you could hug up the person I'm with, whatever, that's fine. You get 1 minute. Good for you. I'm going home with her. We're going out. I hang out with her all the time. She has my time, I have hers. So have your minute. It's okay.
And do you think that, and what attributes to that? What attributes to that mindset for you?
Insecurity, ego. He's got this abundance of ego. So.
And when you say that, what do you mean? Like abundance and ego in what sense? Is this a man thing?
No, I think it's just everyone does it.
Everybody thing? Okay.
Yeah.
And so when you say it's the ego, what do you mean? Like people don't feel like slighted?
Yeah, they try to slight people. Like, oh, look how I'm hugging this person up.
Mm-hmm.
But like I say, if you don't feel it, you don't feel it. I don't feel it. It doesn't bother me.
Okay.
It doesn't bother me. Like you always know when someone's being blatantly disrespectful, no matter what it is, whether it's a situation like this or just straight in your face. You always know. That wasn't nothing. People were just looking for the small thing to complain about. It ain't nothing.
How do you feel about the fact that the first video that came out was the edited one, where it didn't show that he addressed dude first?
Yeah.
Versus the one that came out.
People try and get clicks and do that way. Oh, look what he did, and try to, manipulate in a certain way, which is why you need all perspectives and all angles. Glad someone actually put up the proper video of just, them.
Brown Girl Grinding is where I found the video. Brown Girl Grinding. I found Homegirl on Twitter, but I think she's also on YouTube. So shout out to her because she was the one that led me to that video. So I'm gonna give her props.
Yeah, and there's tons of videos that people always send me, this situation or other situations. Like, oh, look what this person did, right? And it's also how are you looking at this? Right? What are you seeing? Right? Just like we see those pictures that have like 3 images in them. Which one you see? You see one that goes this way. Someone showed me one yesterday. Is it a tree or is it a rooster or something like that? What do you see? Or the one that says the girl or the guy,
Is it a tree or is it a rooster?
Something like that. That's what it is. Whatever it is, you know what I mean? Like,
is it a duck?
Is it
or is it a duck?
Yeah, is it a duck? What do you see? You see a person facing this way, whatever, and it's with perspective how you look at it, right?
No, I used to hate those tests in school.
Yeah, those things. Yeah.
Make you feel like, are you stupid?
Yeah.
Or are you smart?
Exactly. It's like kind of like those ink blot tests, right? The same type of thing. What do you see, right? And their perspective is different, right? Your mind's going to let you see that way. Also, your emotions are going to let you see that way too. Right. If you're angry, you're going to see one thing. If you're, open-minded, you might see another. You might see both. Might be the
headspace that you're in at the time too.
Exactly.
Right.
So those people that are picking at it, oh, he didn't greet that person, whatever. Well, you know what? You don't have to greet that person, right? But also, maybe they talked prior, because remember, that's only a 30-second video, 1 minute video. How do you know they didn't see each other before and he didn't see Meagan or something like that, right? And then when he came back again, he only saw Meagan. And he's like, yo, I greeted everybody else before. We don't know that. The night is a long night. The night is not that 2 minutes that we just saw.
True.
So, I mean,
we don't know.
Put it into context, whatever. And we see people that have a problem, you'll know there's a problem.
To make sure. So I have some comments that people have posted. First of all, did you see my short?
Yes, I did.
Thank you.
Yes, I did.
I know you jumped on there and watched it quick because you're smart.
No, yeah, I try.
You didn't get the notification. You just tried.
I jump on everything.
Oh, you do?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, mm-hmm. Let's read some of these comments because people had commented after. So Alston's World says fire. So Alston's World is a bike. He posts a lot of bike stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Fire bike stuff. I had to send him, I saw this. Somebody had a Predator on their bike. It was fire. Mm-hmm. So I had to send it to them. Okay. I also don't know how to really read these properly. I think the lines are the breaks.
Yeah, the lines are breaks, yeah.
Okay, so the man said, so you just cut out the part where Meagan looked at Jonathan like, I don't know, should I be posting this like so other people could see, or should I just read it? That's from DBro7. And that's the other thing. I don't know if these comments are male or female, if it's not properly distinguished.
They're comments or comments. This might who's coming from okay. Other perspective there.
All right, so who's this now? DBro7. So you just cut out the part where Meagan looked at Jonathan like, and there's a smiley face with a tear. And I said, not at all. Most people saw the full video. I just wanted to share the beginning that wasn't shown. Thanks for commenting, but some say it looks like if looks could kill. Stay blessed. Somebody else said, you have to also be mindful that the hug came after the acknowledgement. It still made John feel awkward. That part is undeniable. Read the room.
Yeah, but what's like, look, if you've known someone, and everyone knows, because if you check the IMDb when the first Think Like a Man came out, right? And the movies used to take about a year, so they were friends from the year before it came out, right? And if you see interviews with them, they're like a family. Everybody says it. We've been talking from Kevin Hart, Michael Ealy, Meagan Good. It said they actually have a group chat just with that movie still. That that movie came out 15 some odd years ago plus.
Plenty of
that's what.
Let's not give away our age.
Yeah, something like that. But they literally, I heard Gary Owen talk the other day on his podcast. Sam goes, this is the only thing I've ever been part of that we're actually all just friends. We see each other and we're concerned about each other. We call each other and everything like that. So it's a tight-knit group, that whole thing. So we know the timelines of the dates that movie came out, right? Mm-hmm. We've seen the interviews, how they're all tight. Mm-hmm. So why are you upset about this when you know they're tight from long? Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter. Just like if you see someone from high school, that's a good friend from high school, whatever. Why would you feel away? So now, if you're a comment about reading the room, yeah. Now, are you reading the room reverse?
Yeah.
What's their friendship like, whatever? And don't forget.
Should that be respected? Should their friendship be respected over their relationship? I don't know. That's a hard one.
No, it should be just respected.
I feel like a real friendship doesn't have that type of threat.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like, if we're friends, and we've been friends and we are with significant others, there's no question that's not a barriered line cross. Like that's just, and anybody that would know you as an individual would know that you wouldn't
I'm not, because I just thought of another situation, but I'm not going to share. I'm not going to share that situation.
Stories. Okay, no worries.
I got one, and I'll tell you offline. You'll find it interesting.
Okay, fair. My mouth is so dry. Okay. Next comment. Somebody said, thank you for the clarity. MD Ent 313, thank you. Okay, this was a big one here. Yeah. Okay, so he said he barely acknowledged. Okay, no, sorry. Rigby Jit B 24. I don't know how to say that. I'm sorry. You can see these comments also in this comment section. He barely acknowledged Jonathan, and that was all part of Ealy's Riz speech to the BF. First with the white boy slap handshake instead of yo, what's good, my brother, dap like handshake. Got Jonathan out of the way and went straight for the kill. He was so ready to grab Meagan waist and lift her off her feet, which is disrespectful to her man. And if you don't agree, you got to be single or the duck of your relationship. So, wow. I didn't know that I was under personal attack for asking a question or for providing some clarity. So I don't give that dignity.
Yeah.
Whether or not I'm single is not a question of concern because perspective is perspective. We're talking about individuals that are in a situation, and that's all that matters. So you can suck my duck.
Question for you. Does it make a difference because he was hugging Meagan Good, right? So what if he was friends with Jonathan Major and they did the movie together and they're tight for whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then he acknowledges him and then hugs his friend.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel the same way?
You didn't include the lift up part.
Yeah, it's your homie from you haven't seen a long time.
You didn't include, so the lift up part is included?
Yeah.
Because no, I wouldn't. Like, how would I feel always? Like, if it's, and that's the question. If it is two dudes that were like homies, I've seen dudes do that. It's been a long time since they've seen each other, and it's like, yo, and it just okay. And I don't even want to say the words, but it ain't no Diddy shit.
Yeah, but yeah, I was saying, if I see a guy I haven't seen in a long time, whatever. Yeah, and if his girl was there, whatever, I say, hey, what's up to her? And and me and him are like, I miss this dude because we were close at one point. Just life happens, stuff like. Is she gonna feel the ways for that? Are we talking about the hug, or just because it's the way he picked her up, whatever?
Okay, fair question.
What are we talking about? But like I said, the friendship is there,
established over time.
Don't forget, he's married.
Yeah, what's going on?
So then, what's going on?
All right, so this is crazy. That was a funny comment. Because also, so I replied to that person. And somebody else still thinks he was disrespectful. And it said, how then people have relationship before the relationship stop reaching? ¿Qué pasa? What? Oh, wait, that's not to me, but that's asking. I don't know who they are. Oh, no, here. This person here. But it was, okay. See, you got to go through the chat. One person basically said, but it was still disrespectful, though, after I commented. And then somebody replied to them and said how they had a relationship first. So essentially establishing the same thing that I was, which was that Michael and Meagan have a relationship before Meagan and her man.
Yeah.
I don't want to disrespect them, Mr. Majors. And people need to calm down. Absolute Power Channel 8980 says, if that man wasn't playing with his accessories and man purse, maybe he would have been manly posture. He would have been in a manly posture to be more defensive against such offensive discrimination. Any comment? That was funny though.
Yeah.
That was funny.
Talk about man person stuff, so I'm gonna leave that one.
Okay, we're gonna leave the man person alone.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Somebody said, oh, hold on. Mrs. Brown 7564. Thank you. Folks be so unhappy in their relationships. Maybe. Nah, don't pick the woman. No, hold on. JC456 said, nah, don't pick the woman I'm with up. Have some respect. And she should have checked Michael respectfully, because if roles were reversed, she wouldn't appreciate the gesture neither. Okay.
Something to ask her?
They're going to have to ask her.
That's what
Maybe Meagan will respond.
Have you ever been in a situation like that? Where
yes.
Did it phase you?
No.
What?
Husband is here. I'm here. Their perspectives. They knew each other well before me and this person and them. And who are we? Listen.
I look exactly the same way.
And it wasn't like they didn't come through after and be like, this is like, we already know who each other's. First of all, that's the other thing. We already know who each other's prospective spouse is.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? So it's not like we don't know each other for real. Mm-hmm. People are acting like they just met for the first time ever.
Yeah,
and first time met, very first interaction they're having.
Something there, but no, they see each other.
Right? So it's like, I could have just saw you yesterday and I'm tired of you. I don't want to smell like your cologne today. Don't touch me. It could have been so many variations. Mm-hmm. But my point is, the perspective just jumped to, oh, disrespect. And I'm like,
disrespect.
There's a relationship established. Everybody has boundaries. It's respected. So I don't understand why people be mad. Like, it doesn't make no sense to me.
I don't think so.
Okay. Somebody said it would have been nice to actually be able to see the entire video. I do agree. So I put it in the chat, in the comments of the short. Somebody said, hold on. Let me not somebody. Somebody, T. Johnson, 2778. I'm sorry. Tim Aine Johnson, 2778. I hope I pronounced that correctly. No disrespect. It says, seeing the whole video changes what exactly? I was like, again, it was just to share that there was a part that was missing that nobody saw. It wasn't to give perspective on people that were charging the attack. Because, I mean, people were only charging because they only saw a part of a video. That's almost like saying, I don't want to go that deep, but if I saw a part of a video that missed out a part that was important and relevant to said situation, and for me to not consume that content and consider the perspective, I think that's not okay. Mm-hmm. Right? But then oh gosh, I'm worried. Have you seen those? Mm-hmm. Okay, so this is gonna be fun.
I think this is being judged again in the context of it. And we've only seen those 2 minutes, right? Sometimes it is enough. Sometimes you see a 2-minute video and there is enough context there to say, for a back and forth, right? Mm-hmm. But for this one, it's not enough. And I think it's just it becomes exactly what you were saying, perspective. So the perspective of, he did acknowledge Jonathan Majors, right? And Meagan
acknowledge the man first.
Yeah, which is the respectful thing to do. Right? He acknowledged him first.
Alpha to alpha.
Exactly. And it's
my man.
Yeah, this is the homie, whatever. Yeah, he was excited to see her. They probably haven't seen each other in a long time. It's just always been through text and stuff like that, whatever. Like I said, you don't even know, these guys are actually close. Like that whole crew from that movie, they're actually close. Like I said, I was hearing Gary Owen talking when he's going through his situation, whatever. His situation was serious. Yeah, his situation was serious. They were the ones reaching out there. Hey, you're good, checking on them on a weekly basis and stuff like that. Everybody from that movie, whatever, was hitting them up, whatever. Okay. So just from that support, you can kind of tell. Now from that video, having a bit more context, All
right. So in you saying that, this is the perfect next comment. So Mr. John Fuller 1569 said, it doesn't matter that he hugged him or shook his hand. Ain't no man supposed to be picking your woman up and swinging her around in the damn air. I responded and said, gotcha. But even if they've known each other for a long time, man said it don't matter. So basically, Mr. Fuller said, because I asked, because like for me, I remember how we talked about insecurity. For me, it was like, well, if people have a problem with it, that's on them. That's their problem, not my problem. Like,
Now, okay, so the hug wasn't okay. Let's analyze this. Let's break this apart. So the hug was not disrespectful. Just the pickup part of the hug was.
Oh, that's a good question that people might want to answer. Is it the hug that was disrespectful, or is it the pickup part of the hug that was the pickup and swingling? Mm-hmm. We'll call it.
Yeah. So
was that the disrespectful part?
Is because it was a pickup, possibly. If you consider that part disrespectful, okay. Because usually, what's okay, and what is the context? What's the protocol for that? Right. Mm-hmm. So I think it's the usual protocol that when you see someone, whatever, it's usually you get still the same tight hug, but you do the rock back and forth, side to side. Is that you're not supposed to pick up? Is that the rule now? What? Is that what it is?
Everybody needs to keep their hands to themselves.
That's what I'm saying. Because usually for most people, you get the rock side to side when you ever see someone, whatever.
So what does that mean? We now contain our emotions?
That's what I'm saying. He was excited. That's it. I didn't see anything.
Because I mean, we really dive in.
He was excited to see his friend. I don't think he was trying to be disrespectful.
Man says, nah, picking up the woman. Oh, wait, no, hold on. Jay Johnson 6241 said, nah, picking up the woman I'm with for a hug is disrespectful. Ain't no way around it. Let a woman jump on a man and wrap her legs around him. Let's see how you ladies feel about that.
Okay, she didn't wrap her legs around. Did she, Meagan? No.
Let's go look.
No. She didn't. No. Fine. What's everyone worried about? He still gets to go home with her.
But I'm just saying, like, the way people went on there and
he got 5 seconds. Okay, so let's just say whatever. Say he was thirsty. He got 5 seconds. You've been with her for how long now? Let the baby have the bottle. He got 5 seconds. Ooh. Like, you know what I mean?
5 minutes.
Not even 5. You got 5 seconds. 5 seconds. You got a 5 second right now. You got 5 seconds.
Right? Okay.
So you consider disrespectful. It's still only 5 seconds. You still get to go.
Well, Jesus, Richard Simmons dead.
Oh, for real?
Oh, snap. Rest in peace, man. That sucks. Mm-hmm. Okay, anyways, I was going in here because I was supposed to put on some music and I forgot. Mm-hmm. Okay, so... Oh, wait. Let me go back to another one. So I put the video. Somebody says, this is interesting. No, sorry. Madam Adelina Gordon said, that's the internet for you, always starting drama, but Michael Ealy did a little too much with picking her up, in my opinion. That's a female perspective. All right, ma'am.
Okay, so the hug disrespectful, the little pickup, whatever. Mm-hmm. But was he intentionally trying to be disrespectful? I'm gonna pick her up and, was he being extra, right? I didn't see anything in that video that's like, he's like, I'm gonna intentionally be disrespectful. Because you could always see the disrespectful coming out of somebody, right? The disrespectfulness.
I think you can see when I think he was just it depends on the tension, right? If they don't have no tension.
He just seemed excited to see his friend and got overjoyed. He wasn't intentional or anything like that.
Yeah, man, the way they drag him though.
Yeah, you're dragging him for what? Like because he literally had a joyful moment with his friend he hadn't seen in a long time. Like is that what we're doing? Like I said,
so does that mean like people can't be friends?
That's what I'm saying.
Or people can be friends, but they just can't be friends in that way.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, that's a bit too much. Okay, let's say yes, that's a bit too much. But he had some joy, and you saw he was excited to see something. He because he missed his friend. He hadn't seen her so long. There's always been that best FaceTime, right? Mm-hmm. I see the person. It's a different feeling. Mm-hmm. He got overjoyed. Like I don't see anything that he was intentionally being disrespectful. He didn't try to grab a part he wasn't supposed to grab or anything like that, right? Mm-hmm. It was a clean hug, whatever. He was excited, whatever.
What are you gonna say when dudes are like, "Oh, you're a punk. You can't stop." How you can say that? How you gonna let some next dude come touch a woman? Sorry, I'm just cosplaying. You can fix that if you'd like in the comments. But yeah, what do you say to dudes that say that?
being disrespectful like that. Like I said, I don't know. I wouldn't take that too much in the heart.
I don't think it's so heavy.
No.
And I think that people need to be careful. Because also, here's my next question. So here's the other thing, right? So levels of disrespect, so on and so forth. Okay. How do you allow that to escalate to a point where it gets violent?
What do you mean?
So like some people, oh, well, maybe it's because I read one of those comments, like they were check somebody. Sometimes people, men and women, because I've been seeing a lot of content where people are like having these dusty fights over foolishness, and like these fights are legit just scary. And so like, why does it get to a physical state? Like, at what point does it become like okay to get physical? You shouldn't be putting your hands on nobody. So why are people like, if a man did that, right? Would Jonathan have been perceived as more of a man if he checked everybody in front of that situation? Would he have been like more of a man if he was like, yo, keep your hands off my? Okay, I'm sorry. Keep your hands off. Like, would he have been more of a perceived more manly if he does this?
There would have been comments one the other ways, like, oh, why is he doing that? He's just hugging his friend or whatever. There would have been more of those comments because he started getting aggressive, right? But in a situation like that, if you felt a way that, Jonathan May just felt a way that was happening to his girl, right? So after, pulls him aside, tossed him, hey, my man, that was a bit too much. Okay, cool. Apologize. I'm sure Michael Ealy would have did that. And that's another part of the video we don't know, right? Because we only saw that clip, whatever. Maybe they pulled each other aside and said, yeah, that was a bit much. Okay, my bad. Cool, right?
I'm just trying to fix this.
So, but if it would even been right if you would have just kind of stepped to him.
Especially there.
Yeah, it depends how we would step to him.
Right? Because in a place like that.
Exactly, there's cameras on, whatever. Like, I mean, look how Hug went viral. Oh, this is too much. I mean, is it too much for who? Like, for some people, it's not much. Some people, it is too much, right? So, like, it wasn't in context for him. So, I don't know. You're right. I think people are reading way too much into this. Sometimes you can see the disrespectfulness. I just see a person that was just, okay, so let's call it, he maybe did too much about picking her up, whatever, but he was just like excited to see his friend and see a long time. Because, I mean, if they saw each other last week, you get hugged like that, then okay, there's something, then there's more context on that side.
Did y'all see each other last week?
Yeah, you see last week?
Man says, even still, why pick her up? That's disrespectful. Why are people trying to downplay it? Because we don't want any violence at the end of the day. Because, I don't know, things like this can get pushed extremely out of control. So, it's like, have a conversation, because people really be in their feelings. Like, really, really, really be in their feelings. Hope Love 1595 says, I bet they've been close as they worked together for years on many projects. It looks like a brother-sister kind of relationship to me, nothing more. She hasn't been with Jonathan long at all. It's a very new relationship. So she has established relationships with others long before Jonathan. Those relationships and affections do not dissolve just because you're in a relationship. Heck, they could break up in 2 months. Michael is married and has children. He was single for some time. If he wanted Meagan, I'm sure he could have had her a long time ago. He's far from ugly, is debonair, highly successful, and class, which most lack. Oozes from Mr. Ealy.
What's the person's name?
Hope Love 1595.
Hope Love 1595?
Yes.
Great points. Echoing those sentiments. Absolutely, because that's basically what we just said, right? Yeah, that's the other thing. If Mike Ealy wanted to pull her, he had a way head start. You know what I mean?
He was closer to her than he was to Dude, but we don't know which way he came from. That's the only thing we couldn't really see.
Yeah.
Okay, so some people were really rude. I had to hide some comments. Somebody said, me showing that part, this means nothing. Oh, sorry. High quality 1992 said, this means nothing. So what, he hugs him first? This is out of line. You women will learn one day or be single forever and then turn gay.
That's aggressive.
Sometimes the type of comments that get elicited on these posts, I'm like, wow, okay. I guess that's engagement, right?
Yeah, that's aggressive.
And that's your point of view. Okay. Why pick up? Sorry. Daquan Julia says, "Why pick up the woman? This video does not help anything. LOL. Imagine if someone picked up his wife like that. Is still inappropriate. The world knows that Jonathan and Meagan are together. LOL. Who cares if they have working relationship? Some of y'all women know good and well if y'all see your dude or husbands picking up another woman like that in front of y'all, it would be a problem. This video is disingenuous."
The other way around. So would it be an issue the other way around? If Jonathan Majors picked up someone, I don't think she would have an issue with it. I think Meagan Good is, strong enough. She'd be like, whatever.
I would just like to say that because it is the full video, it is not disingenuous. It is truth. And truth speaks to knowledge, speaks to truth.
Mm-hmm.
That's all.
Plain and simple.
Because it may not change your perspective, but at least it allows the masses to see the truth, which is not what people were initially judging it on. And remember, my question was, why are people bashing him? Is what he did inappropriate? And so, again, it's just, I'm sorry. Somebody went ham on me. I had to block their comment. I was like, you're rude. But thank you very much, Daquan Julius, for commenting. I do appreciate your comment and your perspective. And I do disagree that it's disingenuous because it's perspective. It's truth. And but I can appreciate what you're saying about the relationship regardless. It's just a boundary that should not be crossed. Do not do that to Mr. Julius because he will not be pleased. This does not give you the right to pick up my wife. TF. I'm like, they're married.
See, if you knew that your other half knew a person from high school, they're a long time, you've heard them talk about them, all the time, you've heard them on the phone when they talk, whatever, every so often you may see messages from them, like emails, so either they keep in contact every so years, and now they finally see each other. Wouldn't you?
It's almost like when you live on the East Coast and I live on the West Coast, and then we decide we're going on a vacation to meet in the middle, and then we all get to the vacation spot and it's a verbal home. They're not sponsoring, by the way. Mm-hmm. And then we're like, oh my God, look at the pool. Oh, it's so nice. And we all get there at the same time in the driveway and the kids jump out the car because they're tired and they need to pee. And then we all just hug and it might get all of the excitement. It happens.
It happens. That's what
people get caught up. It happens. And I'm just like, okay, so, it's interesting doing this whole channel and speaking to socially and publicly about these issues. As you know, being in a public setting, doing certain things, it's interesting to get perspective because people are very quick to want to jump down your throat. And I'm not saying we have to agree, but respectfully say those things to me. Don't be not
which
nice.
I agree, which I get.
It doesn't matter. Oh, sorry, Dakpang 1. It doesn't matter if he gave JM a hug first. WTF is wrong with y'all. A side hug or a dap would have been just fine, but bro decided to pick her up and swing around. Okay, we hear you.
A side hug. Nah, that's disrespectful. The side hug.
The side hug is disrespectful?
Yeah, for
people. To the friend or to the...
No, that's okay. That's my friend. And
hug.
We, whatever, that's side hug respect. I know you don't. You know ain't nothing, whatever. It's just your friends.
Mm-hmm.
I get a side hug. I'm like, nah, fam. If you guys are tight enough.
I feel like if I've known you for a long time and you decide to give me a side hug because you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, I won't be your friend anymore.
Yes, exactly.
Because your girlfriend or boyfriend would have to know that we are not a threat to the point where they have to be like mad about
not a threat. And like I said,
contact.
The people you give your real hugs to are people that the people around you know. There's history there. Where do you know this person from? Where do you know this person from?
It's all about contact.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And then when they get to know that person, you're going to get a big hug from them too once you start seeing exactly what I know, what I know to be true about this person. So,
okay, so do you think maybe this is a demographical context thing? Do you think it's based on where we're located that we have this mindset versus other people in other places?
Yeah, it could be. It could be. But I just, yeah, it could be. I hope not to think so. I think it's just the way you are, the way you are not.
Do you think there is any racial context to said situation?
No.
Okay.
In the viral explosion, yes, there could be some context to it.
Okay.
Because now look at this. You're taking this micro situation and you're blowing it up.
What was it, like 20 seconds of film?
20 seconds of film, 5-second hug.
Yeah. Yeah. That end face look kind of sour though.
Mm-hmm. But look at the after picture though, right? How close is he after?
I'm just going slow mo. Look, he went.
No, but I mean, when they took a picture, how close was he?
Nah, not really.
There's still a good gap in between the way he took the picture. I mean, close, whatever. Yeah.
That's all they showed though. Like that's
but even when they took the picture, he was still away. You still saw a big gap between them. Whatever, he had his arm up, and that's it. If you still try to be disrespectful, he would have been in there.
Okay, here's another one. Nah. No, sorry. That's Wild AF44 said, nah. Michael didn't have to do that ish. LOL. I'm not cussing. And he knows it. It was too much, but very funny. I can't stop laughing. I'm not mad at it at all. However, you don't pick someone else girl up and her man standing right TF there. Agreed. Okay. We're gonna establish that we're not doing the pickup thing. My new relationship is more important than my friendship.
Hold on. So you could do it, just not in front of the man. So they met in a plaza.
Okay, so there's a question.
They met in a plaza and they have them bump into each other.
There's a question. Is it that you can't do it at all? Or is it that you can't do it if you're in front of the other spouse?
Yeah. Let us know because we're trying to find these rules so they don't
maybe
get
we
broken.
Can establish some new boundaries going forward for the people so that people can understand or appreciate what their spouse may or may not be okay with.
Yeah, and we'll drop the 10 hug commandments.
That might be a thing.
Yeah.
Listen, that can turn into a whole series. But for real, like if there's protocol or if there is what's the word I'm looking for?
If the protocol is
etiquettes. If there are etiquettes to the hugs, is there hug etiquette that we need to be abiding by?
There's always hug etiquette, yes.
But like in terms of this situation?
Like I said, it was just, I didn't see anything disrespectful about it. But going back to the hug etiquette, is there hug etiquette? I would say there is.
Okay, name me a hug etiquette.
See, but the thing is, if you have a longtime friend and you know their other half is there, and you kind of give them a side hug type thing, whatever, you know, because you have the feeling that their person that they are with is gonna feel away. So you're not
because you have that energy. That energy comes out.
The energy says, you know, some kind of insecurity, jealousy. They just, I don't know, whatever, rage or whatever you think. You pick it up, whatever. But if you know they're cool and you know establish them cool, then you're like, yeah, hey, you know, some people don't care. Obviously, there's a limit to it. Like, that's Michael Ealy's one big hug for the next 2.5, 3 years.
This is probably his last big hug because he's probably not going to be allowed to do it again.
Exactly.
Seeming as how this one blew up so much.
Yeah.
So crazily.
So, yes. But there's other people that don't care. So, really, ain't nothing really big, I don't think, about that. I think much like a lot of things on the net, it's just been blown out of proportion.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think such a simple little situation goes so vastly around the world and everybody freaks out and has to discuss it?
Because the freak out is one thing. Everybody wants to be, everyone wants their perspective to be heard, right? Everyone wants to lay the rule down, kind of the I'm right, you're wrong. This is, you know, rather than discussion, try to figure it out, which is why you asked the question, what are the etiquette rules regarding certain things, right? But also, I think those questions, in particular situation, is for the person that you're with. What's the etiquette, right?
What are the chances that people actually have this discussion when they get together?
They don't. Exactly. What I've seen, another one I've seen in my own eyes. So the guy had his, I guess the girl, wife, whatever it was, but they've been together for a number of years. So the boyfriend saw the sister, right? Sister, and picked her up. It was going on. They hugged, whatever. It was a big thing. Picked her up. I saw it with my own eyes.
You just said sister. That changed the whole dynamic
picked
again.
Up the sister, what's going on? You know, whatever. But he hadn't seen the sister in so long, but they're cool, right? Obviously, through because he's dating the other sister, right? And they were together for like 8-9 years at that point. And they're still together, but at that point, 8-9 years. Yeah, but you just say, oh, I'm excited to see you, you know, because you have a rapport. You're just like to see these people. So that's why I think that there's more context needed. But I think there's enough context there. They've clearly known each other since whenever the first movie came out. So, and they're cool.
I think even before that.
Yeah, even before that. Actually, wait, was she in Barber?
They might have done time.
Was she in Barbershop? No, she was in Barbershop, I think.
No. Because that, you know what? The Intruder, that was probably after.
That was after.
2019,
yeah,
2012. 24. So 2012, well, that's a long,
over 12 years. Yeah, 2012, which I should be like, we'll call it 2009, 2010, because the movie came out. It's usually a year before the movie comes out, right?
Okay, so hold on.
Call it 2010.
So you said something there about the sister, and that brought another question to me, because see how this can now take so many different deep dives. It's like, all right, we're looking at a perspective where the relationship is the couple, and he's married. But what if it's a situation where
it's another family member of
that was whose sister would it have been? No.
So I saw it was a friend of mine, whatever. Her sister showed up, whatever. He wanted to go hug and greet the sister and picked her up, right? And swung her around. She was laughing, whatever. Everyone was laughing. Put her down and, they didn't see each other so much because she went away.
So what if Ealy was in fact Major's brother and then pulled up on them and hugged her and swung her up the same way? Because I know I've seen that happen.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact.
You see? Exactly.
Now that I think about it. And again, it's just engaging conversation to think about, right?
Now, is any difference? Was there any less excitement that you saw from that situation you witnessed in comparison to seeing that person to Michael Ealy? Because he looked very excited to see his friend. That's what it is.
See, that's a good relationship matters. Now that changes it. Okay, so hug etiquette. Is there such a thing? Well, apparently there's a hug day every year. annually.
What is it?
It's in February.
Right around Valentine's Day?
This one was February 11th, 2023. I don't know when 2024 was. Anyways, let's look at some random etiquette. Be selective. Oh no, hold on. That was for Hug Day. Oh no, we're not doing that. Now let me see if there's anything that says. Oops. Okay, this might help. This might be too long. I hate clicking on these things because then they draw some long something.
And yeah, you get nowhere.
Okay, so gauge the other person's signals. Does that include their spouse too, or just the person?
Mm-hmm.
Decide who might like to hug, but would find your hug to be offensive.
Yeah.
Figure out the best way to hug.
So what if he just didn't know? Is he being disrespectful? He just didn't know.
That too. He could have just been unaware of the fact that said, like, maybe he wasn't aware of boundaries.
Yeah, maybe he just didn't know. Maybe I don't want to say the word, but so it didn't register to him. Which some people it doesn't register because they can't read the room. That's what you're saying.
That's what somebody said in the comments.
Some people don't pick up signals very well.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I think everyone has that issue with some aspect of just living.
Some are affected by substances that may affect their ability to perceive situations.
Exactly. Maybe you're on
always something.
Yeah, maybe you're on some medication that you don't just puts you in a mood, so you can, you know.
Okay.
So, I don't know, but I think I say the person was just like glad to see his friend. Got excited. The pickup was maybe a bit too much, but it's, you know, it was a safe pickup. You know, he didn't grab. No one wrapped their legs around. He didn't grab and just, you know, try to put her in a certain position and stuff like that. Like it
wasn't wild.
No, it wasn't. He wasn't out there. It wasn't wild.
Okay.
Yes.
Here's another one. Look at what other people are doing in the situation.
Does that really matter? Like I could, yeah. There's levels to it, but like I said, if I'm excited to see somebody who I haven't seen in a long time, whatever.
Would this be considered a work event? Because the next one says, "Be careful when hugging somebody at work."
Oh, that's from people at work. Which, yeah, I think everyone's been a part of a situation like that.
They're actors.
Yeah. I think everyone's been in a situation that you hug somebody like, "Hey, how you doing?" You know, and then someone's, "Ooh," and the gossip, the water cooler, you know, talk starts.
Let me tell you. Okay, listen, I worked in a place one time. I'm not gonna say where it was because people may be watching.
Well, they know it's them.
But unfortunately, there was a stigma associated with somebody who had a relationship with somebody else. And it wasn't very nice because it really made that person feel bad because they, in fact, did not have anything going on. And it was perceived to be that way for whatever reason. And it's like the pressure that people feel under that level of judgment is not okay. And it's like looking at it from the others and like, it was completely innocent. Apparently, right? And it was like, you can break up marriages like that. That stuff is not okay.
Yeah, which is, yeah. Now, who's
Which reminds me, sorry. Did you see the one where dude was on the plane and then they outed him and then he went viral and then, okay, so dude was on a plane. He was apparently chatting it up. Apparently him and the person sitting next to him were drinking, but they weren't together. They were just meeting. They were talking about hooking up. Some passenger on the other side of the aisle was hearing the conversation and then recorded it and then put it, I think, on Twitter to be like, oh, if this is your husband, just know he's trying to hook up with somebody in the plane. And it was like, boundaries.
Yeah.
Boundaries. That's a whole nother conversation. Oh, snap. I don't even want to go down that road because.
Now, is that etiquette? Now, I'm going to let everybody else know around the world first. But I'm not going to speak up and say nothing to that person who's right across the aisle from me. Hey, my man,
You might want to think about what you're doing.
Yeah.
Could have gave homeboy a heads up.
Yeah,
Sometimes
exactly.
people just need a reminder, a quick, gentle reminder versus the recording of the situation.
Hey,
man.
Hey, do you love your wife?
Yeah. Whatever happened to bro checking? Whatever happened to bro and woman checking?
Love your wife? Oh, okay, cool.
But then again, it's because more time people. Well, that's because he did it in the open. Sometimes people like to do that stuff quietly. So it's like.
But yeah, check the person. What's wrong with that? Like, I'm not going to be putting something out there.
What do you think? Do you think you would have been able to tap homeboy on the shoulder and been like,
yo, you might want to think about that.
That's also a good suggestion. Mm-hmm. It's funny because I didn't really think about that still.
Yeah.
I was thinking, why are you recording it?
Yeah, because you're trying to impress people, a bunch of people that you don't know.
That's clickbait.
Yeah, you're trying to impress people and try to get some clout, and then you don't put you didn't put your handle on it, you didn't put your face on it, you made something whatever because I want to remain anonymous and not get in trouble for this. No, why are you snitching like that?
Straight.
Like, it's not like it was. I mean, look, is it bad to do it? Yes, like, big morals and obviously people involved and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But you should be able to check them. And then how are you gonna how are you gonna do that? And there's other silent stuff. People, probably your friends are around you, going through stuff, and you don't say nothing to them.
Mm-hmm.
You don't help them out. You don't check them. You think, I'm worried about someone else I don't know, and put them in a situation. Check a person.
Do you feel like this is okay? So some people have this undercover behavior, right? And some people are known to have this behavior. Some people, some spouses accept it because they know what it is, and sometimes maybe they don't have the ability to change it. Okay, so that'll lead me to ask you this next question. We're going down the rabbit hole.
No, it's all right.
Next question is, do you want to ask this question?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if that's the circumstance, like the person was on the plane telling the business, right? When that person's spouse finds out, are they running away or are they trying to fix that?
See, now, will they run away out of embarrassment?
Because that's on blast.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's a situation that can be worked out, right? Because they was talking, he didn't do anything yet, whatever. Maybe she was waiting off the plane, like, yo, I just heard about the situation, or, whoever told you, right away. But now that everyone's looking at you, now you might look like the idiot because, wait, why are you staying with this person? They did this, whatever, wanted something that was workable. And you gotta go out there and defend to a bunch of people.
Why do you think those people are not more supported when they made the decision to stay where they're at? I know, unless it's like an abusive circumstance. If it's a cheating situation and there's no, because oh my God, then there was a next story where I read where homeboy was one of those wide receivers for one of them football teams. Mm-hmm. Homeboy has like baby number 100 million on the way while his wife also announced a pregnancy. Did you see that mess? Listen, people are messy. Why? Mm-hmm. Why do you have this much time on your hands? And they thought, I have time. People are, you got not that much time. Why are people so messy?
Yeah, I don't understand. What are you trying to prove?
Oh gosh, I don't even have here. I swear.
Yeah, what are you trying to prove for that?
Okay, so my thing is this, right?
So the wife announced that she was pregnant, and this girl came out and said, I'm pregnant too by the same guy.
Yeah, but this is the fifth one.
Yeah. The fifth child outside the marriage?
Right, so yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then that's why she's staying? Who knows? That's a question she can only answer.
I'm not, I don't judge, right? Because we don't know if she needs the means. We don't know if we don't know. I don't judge.
Do they have an arrangement?
I don't judge.
Some people may have an arrangement. Hey, I get this, you get that, whatever you do this, you do that. There's different types of relationships. So, yeah, that's a question she could only answer.
It was a real unfortunate circumstance, which threw me way off. I should make you watch this thing, but it's just. I
get the gist of it, but yeah, it just.
Does that change the dynamic when checking someone? That's essentially where this started. Checking someone in regards to saying, yo, you might want to watch what you're doing, or be mindful eyes are on you, or hey, versus recording them and then putting it online for everybody to see, which is so disrespectful.
Have you ever checked a friend?
Yes.
Yeah, I have, for sure.
And I've lost friendships over it.
Yeah.
But
I've checked women that do it wrong to their dudes. I've checked men that were doing wrong to their women.
I feel like ultimately people are going to do what they want to do regardless, even
fine.
if you check them. I did my diligence when I reminded you, hey, there's potentially a lot at risk. You might also have an open relationship arrangement situationships that I might. So I'm not here to, dive in and get in your business. People get messy. But I feel like there's too much involvement with others. And like everybody needs to be aware that all players are aware, right? You can't be like doing your thing and then quiet about what else you're doing while you expect the other person to be honest and open about all they're doing, and you're the one hiding. It gets messy.
Yeah, some messy. But like I said, worry about yourself, your family, your friends. Right? I can understand this is a discussion that we're all having. Like I said, some people might look at it hypocritical. Yeah, we're discussing it, but we're having a discussion. And basically how you feel, which is cool. But if you're out there involving yourself to intentionally ruin somebody else, especially situations that could be fixable, like toss the person, check the person.
Like you went in there to intentionally break up someone's household.
Yeah, exactly. Which I'm sure most people have seen done in some kind of fashion.
People are like that.
Yeah, I have stories about that too. Yeah, and it's just like and sometimes what's it to you? What's it to you to do one thing one way? To help the person is one thing, and to not help the person one thing. So what is usually the more negative side? What's that to you? What makes you angry? Maybe a situation that you saw growing up through someone that you found close, right? So you're like, I gotta break this up. Okay, at least there's some context to that, right? If you're just doing just because and you don't realize what you're doing, then you gotta figure out why you're focused on the situation.
Okay, look.
So, okay, yeah.
You know who that is?
Yeah, I know who that is. Yeah.
Man's business is out in these streets like
But
that.
yeah,
I mean, I guess he's proud.
He's kind of put it out there himself.
How does he have so much time?
Off season.
How do men have so much time?
Off season.
You're supposed to be resting so that you can start conditioning.
Yeah.
And there's not a long span in between both.
No. Well, they're off from February until July, really?
Everyone's starting. I thought I saw those guys coming back to camp. It's the middle of July right now.
The camp happens in August, yeah. But then, 2 weeks here, 2 weeks there. But yeah, they got time.
Okay, I can't find this thing.
It's all good, but yeah, I know who that is, so yeah.
Okay, so then, dynamic with regards to relationship. Check. Also, bro and sis checking on our friends if we see they might be falling out of line. But this is a stranger that it happened with on a plane.
Yeah, exactly.
Strangers on a plane.
Like, yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
It's unfortunate. I don't know what they're...
Maybe they're just talking crap because they both have alcohol. Were they drinking?
Yes, a lot.
Yeah,
apparently.
so
I think that was a part of it.
So maybe it was just drunk talk. When you're drunk, you say stuff, whatever, and don't realize what you're saying. There could be, people look at it as some intent behind that. Yeah, there could be, but maybe there could be intent with the words, but not intent with the actions, right? You just feel like talking some ish.
Fair.
Yeah. So, like I said, everything's under
could be
context.
Talking smack, to be talking a good game to see if you still got it.
Yeah.
And then once you get it, you're gone.
Yeah, and once he goes, could I get it? All right, as long as you know if I still have it, and they're out.
That sometimes, do you think, do people need that? Their ego stroked once in a while?
Yeah, sometimes, yeah. That's why we dress the way we dress sometimes.
That's
Sometimes
right.
you go out like, yo, let me wear this, let me rock this.
That's right.
One person looks at you like, and you're like, all right, I still got
that.
it. Let me go
wearing
back.
That, honey.
Yeah, exactly. Now let me go back to my regular.
That's when you get the cat calls and like, psst, like a bicycle shot, gal.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. That's all you needed.
Camo tights wearing gal.
Yeah, and it may be
Show shorty what it is.
Maybe disrespectful every other day, but on that day it's not disrespectful because you were kind of looking
You
for it.
intended to go out to get the recognition.
Yeah,
I'm not
exactly.
a very dressed up person. I'm basic, so okay. All right, that's fair.
Yeah, neither am I. You know me. For the gang.
Yeah. Okay, so then all of those perspectives are, like, I'm sure considered. There's so many rabbit holes that, like, we can continue to dive down, because every time we go down one road, then we get down the next one.
Exactly.
I'm gonna lose track.
Exactly. There's a lot of it's a lot of them, whatever, they're all interwoven across at some point.
Right. Okay. Do you have any other perspectives to bring on said circumstance?
No, I think we covered most of it. You know, thanks for people in comments, also helping us have this discussion too.
I'm trying to, like, determine if this is a format that I could use going forward, potentially for either. So, like, I just did a short when I did the Kendrick Lamar Not Like Us short, and that one is the first time I've ever had a short go like crazy where it's still going. And I've been receiving a lot of comments. I'm interacting. I'm reaching back. And if you look at my profile, it says, like, anybody that, leaves a comment, I try to interact. I'm looking for my community and my people either way. So it's just about, making sure I stay interactive. That's the point. So, where was I going with this? I'm trying to see if there's alternative ways to perceive things and if there's ways that we can have different discussions and conversations. Now, maybe because we've known each other for such a long time that we might have the same mindset because of where we come from demographically. But when it comes to the people out there, it's possible that, again, because of your demographic location, maybe you might have a different perspective. Maybe it's a cultural thing. There are so many different points of views, but it's important to share it, because if we don't have the conversation, then we're not going to know. Right. And so I think it's important to even just have these little small, if you want to be entertained or involved in this type of thing, this is something that you would draw to and watch. Is essentially what I'm saying. Let me see. I want to try using, so I was screen sharing earlier. I think, when I was doing screen share. There's different platforms that are out there, software platforms that offer you the ability to stream. But I'm like, why am I trying to stream if I haven't upgraded my ish? So I'm trying to, like, do some upgrades and whatnot. I have to even change my MacBook. It's getting ridiculous. I need a new phone. I need a MacBook. I have a camera that doesn't have no stupid stuff that I need, and it's fun. This is fun. But I feel like having perspective conversations and, again, sharing that is a format that I want to venture under, and it's just really random thoughts that come up and pop up.
Yeah.
Are you cool with that?
Yeah, cool with the gang.
Right. So I'm probably also going to get comments. Are you open to being contacted? Well, I mean, you can contact me. I'm sorry. No, I'm the bodyguard. If you need to reach him, you need to come through me first. Because I'm the screener.
Context, this has always been like this.
Screener.
People always good.
But I'm the matchmaker. I do the thing, and everybody gets together and then gets married. And
people go through her to get to me. That happens, whatever. But you can hit me up, either way.
But do you want to drop? Like, are you ready to? Are you gonna do that whole?
Oh, the whole spiel. Yeah, you can hit me up if you want. Yeah, that's it. I'm on there. If you have questions, you want to talk, that's all cool. This is a solid discussion. Whatever, hit me up. I'm on IG. Sharif Laughs. I am a comedian. Yeah, so I'd be on stage and doing stuff. But yeah, hit me up.
Do you want me to put your link somewhere in the description so that you can be reached out to?
Yeah, get me up there. That's it. I always have a discussion, which is why we always talk, because we always like to have these long discussions.
So I also just kind of want to, and this is not intentional, but it's something that we've spoken about, but I think it's something I want to dive further into. So there's a lot happening right now where people are introspective about Black. I don't want to do too much racial stuff because there's a variety of folks, and this is all streams, colors, creeds, but specifically Black. And you're Canadian born. I'm Canadian born. Okay? We're both Canadian born. We have to identify as Black because that's the only box they left for us to check. They never gave us alternatives, right? However, in that, we are different Black, right? So we live in we are born in North America. So technically we're American Black.
North American.
Right? We're technically American Black. North American Black?
Yeah.
Is that what we hope?
We're North American.
I get literal, y'all. So North American Black. But then what is USA? United States America? They're North American Black too?
Here's the thing. If someone's from Italy, you either say they're Italian or European. So you either call them the continent where they're from, or you call them the specific country they're from. So if we're born here, then I'm North American. If you're born in South America, you're South American. If you're born in Australia, well, Australia's a country and continent, so it's the same thing for both, right?
Yes.
And all different types of, Asians and stuff. You just say, oh, they're Asian, but that's usually by direction, right? You would say East Asian, right?
West Indian, East Indians, yeah.
Exactly. It's always by direction, right? So, but I'm saying, so people say African, right? So why can't I say North American?
Just North American, and just that's it.
Yeah.
Does the Black need to be in there?
What?
Does Black need to be a context?
No, obviously I am.
That's kind of something else that I'm like,
yeah.
Does it matter that it's different?
It's obvious that I am.
But does it matter that my Black and your Black are different?
No.
Because essentially where we've been raised, once you're Black, you're Black.
Yeah, you're just Black. That's
so
it.
what does it mean? We don't know.
We don't.
I don't want to go down that rabbit hole right now.
But
that's going to be a conversation to come up, only because I've noticed a lot of context around race, or can't even say race, culture. Okay, American culture, and y'all know I'm a big Kendrick Lamar fan, and I've been following the whole beef and doing all the things. And I know neither of them have perpetuated, but it has brought about interesting conversations that can be had with regards to racial divide internally, because there is cultural separations or differences, but the perception as a whole and how American culture or American Black culture might be perceived versus how it may be perceived from the outside of the world looking in, because like people have seen those videos in Japan where people are making changes to their hair texture, and there's a I don't want to say a mimic, but a replica of the quality of the culture. And so it's interesting to really, I think, dive in and look at that, because there's a lot to how people are receiving and perceiving that is different across the world. And I don't know that people are aware of that. I think there's a lot of closed-minded.
I think they're aware when they want to be aware.
Fair. Some people are also just young and naive.
Yeah, which is cool. They don't have that perspective, but you're aware when you want to be aware.
So that's something I kind of want to talk about. And so, do you want to close it out? I'm tired. I'm hungry. Did you eat?
No.
Go
yeah, so we out. Thanks for having me, T. Really appreciate it. It's a good conversation. Shout out to everyone out there.
I feel bad because I only gave people 5 hours notice on it depends on where across the world they are, but
it's all good.
I would have loved to have commented engagement and interaction, because but if you're game to do this, let's do this, because it's nice to have perspective, retrospect.
You know me.
I don't really leave my house much. I like to be home a lot, and because of that, I can do these things. And also, if I make my goals, I can invest in the equipment to make this fire, and then it can be I'm not going to have no studio and no set. Like I said, I like my home, so I'll just be doing it from here. But I appreciate you coming through and sharing your perspective and not being afraid to show your face and be a face. So somebody was like, you're just making this content, this clickbait. Let me be, I've always been clear, but let me just help you guys understand. I do this because first and foremost, as I've always said, it's therapy. I've been ordered to do so. Second, I want to find my peoples. I felt lost for a long time in life, and it's like I'm trying to find my tribe. We're just an understanding of people that are cool, that are like-minded, that aren't two-nose. I'm just trying to find my way through this world while being as kind and as caring as I can, and hoping that the people that are meant to be for me will be for me, and making as much of it as I can, because we all got lives. People think I got time. I was like, I got time today. I was like, I'll make the time if I need to.
Yeah.
I don't know if I did this live right. If there's anybody watching, if anybody left a note, if you want to leave a quick chat, a heart or something, so I could just know if you're out there, if you can hear me, if you could tell me where you're from. Yes, sometimes I speak fast. You'll also notice sometimes I have different contacts and different accents, and that's just in relation to where I've lived. But I am grateful.
Mm-hmm.
I think this can be like an opportunity to, again, just discuss whether it's current events or just random thoughts, race relations, not generally politics, because that's scary. And the cost of living and affordability.
Send your suggestions, put it in the comments.
Yeah, if you actually, that's a good, oh my gosh, see, that's what I needed, my friend. So listen, if you have any questions, comments. Sorry, do your thing.
No, it's all good.
Do your thing, come again, do your thing.
No, it's okay. Drop it there, like I said, Sharif Flash, it'll be down there. Hit me up and say, want to have a conversation. It's cool, right? Hit up my girl G. Keep watching, subscribing, leave some comments. If you have any questions for us, just drop it in there. Any discussion topics, drop it in there. We like to have a discussion, and let's figure stuff out all together.
If you got questions, you can hit me up at randomthoughtswitht@gmail.com. The email is actually in my profile as well. You can send me an email at nailed, NAILEDU YOU biz @gmail.com. You can hit me up at those two places. Yes, I have other platforms, and everything is available in my details, so you can come and check us out, or check me out, check him out. And if you are interested in engaging in conversation, or if you are around the places of the world and you got anything that you want to add, please feel free to do so, because context is everything. Let's talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for tuning in to Random Thoughts with T, and I appreciate your support. Always love and respect. Stay blessed, y'all. Pow! Security is going to walk us out. Bye. Let me end this thing.